Yep, you know what it is. It's your homeboy Kev Lawrence, Thermal Soundwaves Radio, and of course Video Music Box. We're here. I'm here with a gentleman right now, with a legendary gentleman right now. I'm here with Mr. Freddie Foxxx, aka Mr. Bumpy Knuckles. How you doing, sir?
What's up, dog? How you feeling?
I'm feeling all right, man. How you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. Easy going. You know how it is. Same old thing.
Now, of course, we're gonna give a little history of where some people out there, once they was sitting on the rock for all these years, where they can remember you from, man.
Well, years ago I was down with the Paid in Full posse, you know, Eric B and Rakim, and then I moved on to Flavor Unit, Naughty by Nature, BDP. You know, I always been the guest MC that bodied everybody's records, you know what I mean? And then I decided to kind of do some things on my own. And then, you know, I touch certain people's lives in certain ways. I've been underground doing it like that for a while, long time.
Now, like you just said, you've been underground doing it for a while. Another thing with you is when I walked in here, we had the privacy event. When I walked in here and I saw you, I was like, wow, I don't think too many people, or enough people I should say,
right,
understand what was going on with you. You was also involved with John Cena from WWE, the wrestling.
Yeah, definitely.
And you came out on stage and you was rapping with wrestling.
Well, you know,
how was it doing with John Cena?
John is my boy, man. That's my guy. We very good friends, and I met him at Hot 97 one morning, and he was like, "Yo, I'm a fan of your music, and I'm doing an album. I would love your input." And we got together, and there was a chemistry there.
He knew your music.
Yeah, he knew my music. You know, John is very well versed in underground hip hop, overground hip hop. He just knows and loves hip hop. He's very good off the top of the head freestyling. Had a nice pen. Him and Trademark, his cousin Trademark, both of them are very nice MCs. And he asked me to help him kind of piece the album together, to put it together. So I started producing, you know, a lot of the stuff on the album, and then we made our selections. And the guy we went on the road, we toured. It was crazy. Had a great time. And when we did the WWE, my effort was to try to take hip hop to a different arena. You know what I mean? Where a lot of times these cats are doing now what I've been wanting to do forever, but you know, it's a good thing that it's happening. You know what I mean? I just would like to see more diversity in the game by doing different things like that.
Now, how was that when you performed at a wrestling arena before a wrestling match? Well, John said doing hip hop.
Other than the fact that it was wrestling, it was kind of like when I was on the road with Gang Starr and Rage Against the Machine. We played in front of, you know, 17, 18, 19, 20,000 people a night, and I was glad I had that experience with Rage, because Rage Against the Machine taught me what it's like to work in front of a crowd that big. You know what I mean?
And that's the rock group.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. The original group, you know, with Zach, Tom, and everybody. Those guys were very good friends of mine. They showed me what it's like to work in front. I mean, I walk out on stage in front of 30,000 people and nobody knows who I am, but by the end of the night, I got people around the bus want to know, yo, can I take a picture with you? You know what I mean?
Wow.
So I learned that from working with them. And so when I worked with the WWE, it was kind of the same thing, except for the fact that right behind me is John Cena, right next to me is John Cena, and on the other side is Trademark, and then backstage is Undertaker, Big Show, and all these guys that we seen as, you know, we see as youngsters, we adored wrestling, and it was crazy. I mean, they loved it. It was a big deal. I had a great time, and the experience was incredible.
Now, did Mr. McMahon, does he know your music as well?
Oh, absolutely. I actually sat in his office. Not too many people do that. I sat in his office. We had our personal meetings there. And he's another guy that's just incredible to learn from. He's a very inspirational dude. You know what I mean? You sit around this guy who got more money than God, and he's like, you know, he's a real down-to-earth person, very down-to-earth. He's
still working.
Yeah, he works hard. He's still involved in his business, and he's a great person. Vince McMahon is probably one of the nicest people that I ever met. Real good guy.
Now, with you taking that, the hip-hop, to another level with wrestling and performing wrestling and having the respect from these wrestling superstars, how do you feel? Do you feel like you moved up with hip-hop while the people that's new school now haven't evolved that high yet?
Well, on that level, I believe that, you know, I learned something for myself, you know what I mean? Because I got a chance to spread what I know to these other people, and they accepted it. So hopefully it was something that opened up the eyes of wrestling to hip-hop and opened up the eyes of hip-hop to wrestling. Because before John Cena, that wasn't there. But John Cena came and he had the throwback jerseys when they were popping. Yeah. You know, he bought tons of jewelry, real jewelry. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
can't see me move.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, the thing was, we went to the hood to get the jewelry. We went to Benny Jewelers on Jamaica Avenue to get the jewelry.
So wait. You had John Cena in Jamaica?
I took him to the Coliseum. It was a big crowd of people. And we walked through there like nothing all the time. So I took him to the hood. We was in Brooklyn. We was in Queens. I took John Cena to all the hoods that I knew. He was there. You know what I mean? So it was a great experience for people that, you know, your everyday cats you see just in the hood doing what they do to run up and say, yo, I'm a fan. I like, you know, wrestling. And I brought him to the hood, which was crazy.
And what are you gonna have like a collaboration with John Cena coming out in the future or something?
Well, I believe he might want to work on a second album. You know what I mean? I remember sitting in a meeting with Sony and them not really getting the John Cena thing. But when it went gold, all that switched. You know what I mean?
And that's without all the major radio stations. That's just strictly off his talent.
Yeah, real talent, and the fact that we worked the record on, or WWE worked the record, and we worked the record. You know, what I mean? That's where the drive and the push came from. So I'm not discrediting Sony because they did put it out, but I think that was more, you know, an obligation than something that they wanted to do. You know what I mean? But he definitely changed the game with that.
And that's 500,000 copies sold with no major radio.
He never had a record out before ever. He never had a record out before ever.
Never had a record out from before.
John never did a record before.
And
so that was his first
other than you, since you came on stage, that's when I knew about him. And I'm like, you tell him he went gold. So
no doubt.
That just shows you hard work and grinding pays off as long as you have your heart in it.
Absolutely.
What else you got going on?
Well, I got the Corrupt Mob Motorcycle Club out of Queens, New York, and we doing a motorcycle music album. So we kind of catering to the urban bike community right now, musically, you know. And I got American Black Man, which is the third album of the trilogy from Industry Shakedown, Connection, and now American Black Man is next.